I want to ask you about the 2004 grand final. You're on the cusp of immortality.
Yeah.
You're at half-time, you're leading on the way to what would have been 4 premierships in a row. An amazing achievement. You lost it a bit that day, didn't you?
Who?
You and Lynchy particularly.
No, I didn't lose it.
Didn't you smack Josh Carr that day?
I did smack Josh Carr, but I knew at that time we were going for 4 in a row, and we had a bit of a blue in the centre square. I think Simon Black had whacked someone, a bit of a blue started, and I knew we were on the cusp of history, and I knew I had suspensions hanging over my head, but it was whatever it took that day, and I knew clearly that I was going to do weeks for hitting Josh Carr, but I had a few Port Adelaide blokes hanging off me, and I thought I'm going to make a stand here, and at least I hit my man, unlike Lynchy. And Darryl Wakeland has got pneumonia, that's about it.
He got windburn,
He got windburn, but I knew exactly right. So I was disappointed after the game had come out that I had anger management problems. Lee was going to book me in for anger management. That was calculated for me. So
was it? So was it because Josh Carr was in the vicinity or because he's a serial pest and you owed him?
No, he was just a bug in front of me.
Yeah.
So I wasn't worried who it was.
What was the thought process?
So it was pretty early in the game. I was certainly in the first half, and we sort of, I think Port had been going all right, and we didn't look ourselves. We had a lot of injuries that day, you know, guys that, I was one of them, you know, I couldn't even hardly walk getting off the plane the 2 days before the grand final. And
what was the problem then? What was the injury?
Well, I damaged my knee badly in the preliminary final and made a mess of my cartilage. I cracked the top of my tibia, which is my leg bone, in the preliminary final, and we played the week after. And I remember going to the fitness test the day before the grand final, and I had a really bad limp, and I think we went about 6 or 8 times. They took me into a room and needled my knee up to the point where I couldn't feel my knee for this fitness test. But I actually felt all right during the fitness test. So I got myself going. It took about an hour to get my knee going with all the needles in it. I felt all right. Johnny Blake, he was assistant coach at the time. He was my opponent. So I ragdolled him on the night. Johnny's probably 20 kilos lighter than me, but I actually felt good. I thought, no, I can do this. I'll be right to go. But that fitness test done a lot of damage to me that night, and I don't think I would have slept a wink that night. My knee blew up like a balloon and never quite recovered.
Let's get back to Carr. So you see that you needed to make a statement?
Yeah.
Because Port Adelaide are probably going a bit better than you hoped, and you're not going as well. So you just whacked Josh Carr? I
just whacked Josh Carr, and I knew what the after effects would be. I knew I'd get suspended, but I also knew that we're on the cusp of history. We're only going to be the second team that only win 4 premierships in a row. I was disappointed saying I had anger management problems. I think it shows I didn't have anger management problems because it was my over-exuberance that got me suspended in 2004 in 2 or 3 occasions. But I only got suspended once more for the rest of my career. I didn't go to the tribunal for another 10 years. I never went to any anger management classes. I thought it was ridiculous. I just thought it was... I just had to be careful with me recklessness in the contest. And I got caught up a little bit potentially in the way we played, the Brisbane Lions played. We walked a fine line when it came to our physicality. And obviously not punching anyone, but I only punched one person in my career, and that was Josh Carr. And that had a pretty big reward at the end of it, that game.
Where did the anger management term come from? Who put that into the...
Well, I think Lee said it in the presser after the premiership.